Broadcasting to you from somewhere deep in the heart of Texas. Once again, it's me, Diane. Hello. Okay. I was checking my sound, checking the audio, from day to day what you're going to get here. Weirdest thing. The second temple for you. Chapter 1. Josiah has charged to the priests and Levites. A great Passover is kept. His death is much lamented. His successors, the temple, city and people are destroyed. The rest are carried into Babylon. Josiah celebrates the Passover. And Josiah held the feast of the Passover in Jerusalem, and unto his Yahuwah offered the Passover the 14th day of the first month, having set the priests according to their daily courses, being arrayed in long garments in the temple of Yahuwah. And he spoke unto the Levites, the holy ministers of Israel, that they should hallow themselves unto Yahuwah to set the holy ark of Yahuwah in the house that King Solomon the son of David had built, and said, You shall no more bear the ark upon your shoulders. Now therefore serve Yahuwah your Elohim, and minister unto his people Israel, and prepare you after your families and kindreds, according as David the king of Israel prescribed, and according to the magnificence of Solomon his son, and standing in the temple according to the several dignities and of the families of you, the Levites, to minister in the presence of your brethren, the children of Israel. Offer the Passover in order and make ready the sacrifices for your brethren, and keep the Passover according to the commandment of Yahuwah, which was given unto Moses and unto the people that were found there. Josiah gave 30,000 lambs and kids and 3,000 calves. These things were given as the king's allowance, according as the promise to the people, to the priests of the Levites. And Hilkiah, Zechariah, and Jehiel, the governors of the temple, gave to the priests for the Passover 2,000 and 6,000 sheep and 3,000 calves. And Jeconiah and Shemaiah and Nathaniel, his brother, and Hashabiah and Oshiel and Joram, captains over thousands, gave to the Levites for the Passover 5,000 sheep and 700 calves. And when these things were done, the priests and Levites, having the unleavened bread, stood in very comely order according to the kindreds and according to the several dignities of the fathers, for the people to offer to Yahuwah, as it is written in the book of Moses. And thus did they in the morning, and they roasted the Passover with fire, as appertains as for the sacrifices. They stirred them in brass pots and pans with a good savor, and set them before all the people. And afterward they prepared for themselves and the priests, their brethren, the sons of Aaron. For the priests offered the fat until night, And the Levites prepared for themselves for the priests, their brethren, the sons of Aaron. The holy singers also, and the sons of Asaph, were in their order according to the appointment of David, and to where with Asaph, Zechariah, and Edenius, who was of the king's retained. Moreover, the porters were at every gate. It was not lawful for any to go from his ordinary service for their brethren. The Levites prepared for them. Thus were the things that belonged to the sacrifices of Yahuwah accomplished in that day, that they might hold the Passover and offer sacrifices upon the altar of Yahuwah according to the commandment of King Uzziah. So the children of Israel which were present held the Passover at that time, and the feast of sweet bread 7 days, unleavened bread. And such a Passover was not kept in Israel since the time of the prophet Samuel. Yes, all the kings of Israel held not such a Passover as Josiah and the priests and the Levites and the Yehudim held with all Israel that were found dwelling in Jerusalem. In the 18th year of the reign of Josiah was this Passover kept, the end of Josiah's reign. And the works of Josiah were upright before the Yahuwah with a heart full of godliness. As for the things that came to pass in his time, they were written in former times concerning these that sinned and did wickedly against Yahuwah above all people and kingdoms, and how they grieved him exceedingly, so that the words of Yahuwah rose up against Israel. Now after all these acts of Josiah, it came to pass that Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, came to raise war at Carchemish upon Euphrates, and Josiah went out against him. But the king of Egypt sent to him, saying, What have I to do with you, O king of Judea? I am not sent out from Yahuwah Elohim against you, for my war is upon Euphrates, and now Yahuwah is with me. Yes, Yahuwah is with me, hasting me forward. Depart from me, and be not against Yahuwah. Howbeit, Josiah did not turn back his chariot from him, but undertook to fight with him, not regarding the words of the prophet Yahweh, spoken by the mouth of Yahuwah, but joined battle with him in the plain of Megiddo, and the princes came against King Josiah. Then said the king unto his servants, Carry me away out of the battle, for I am very weak. And immediately his servants took him away out of the battle. Then he got up upon his chariot, and being brought back to Jerusalem, died and was buried in his father's sepulchre. And in all Yehudah they mourned for Josiah. Yirmiyahu the prophet lamented for Josiah, and the chief men with the women made lamentation for him unto this day. And this was given out for an ordinance to be done continually in the nation of Israel, the last kings of Yehudah. These things are written in the book of the stories of the kings of Yehudah, and every one of the acts that Josiah did in his glory and his understanding in the law of Yahuwah, and the things that he had done before, and the things now recited are reported in the books of the kings of Israel and Yahudah. And the people took Jeconiah, the son of Josiah, and made him king instead of Josiah, his father, when he was 23 years old. And he reigned in Yehudah and in Jerusalem 3 months, and then the king of Egypt deposed him from reigning in in Jerusalem. And he set a tax upon the land of 100 talents of silver and 1 talent of gold. And the king of Egypt also made King Jehoiakim, his brother, king of Yehudah in Jerusalem. And he bound Jehoiakim and the nobles, but Zarius, his brother, he apprehended and brought him out of Egypt. 25 years old was Jehoiakim when he was made king in the land of Yehudah in Jerusalem, and he did evil before Yahweh. Wherefore against him Nebuchadnezzar the king of Babylon came up, and bound him with a chain of brass, and carried him into Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar also took of the holy vessels of Yahweh, and carried them away, and set them in his own temple in Babylon. But those things that are recorded of him, and of his uncleanliness and impiety, are written in the chronicles of the kings. And Jehoiachin, his son, reigned in his stead, and he was made king even 80 years old. Will you shut up? Hey! You're crazy. Where was I at? I don't see that with the 80 years. Nevertheless, the Elohim of their fathers sent by his messenger to call them back, because he spared them and his tabernacle also. But they had his messengers in Darasson, and look, when Yahweh spoken to them, they made a sport of his prophets. So far forth that he, being wroth with his people for their great ungodliness, commanded the kings of the Chaldees to come up against him, who slew their young men with the sword. Yes, even within the compass of the holy temple, and spared neither young man nor maid nor old man or child among them. For he delivered all into their hands, and they took all the holy vessels of Yahuwah, both great and small, with the vessels of the ark of Elohim, and the king's treasures, and carried them away into Babylon. As for the house of Yahuwah, they burned it, broke down the walls of Jerusalem, set fire upon her towers. And as for her glorious things, they never ceased till they had consumed and brought them home to nothing. And the people that were not slain with the sword carried into Babylon, who became servants to him, and his children served the Persians, to fulfill the word of Yahuwah spoken by the mouth of Yirmiyahu, until the land had enjoyed her Sabbath. The whole time of her desolation shall she rest, until the full term of 70 years. Alright, I'll pick up chapter 2 later. Hey, Rose Magoo, how are you? My audio sounds crappy? Yeah, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, if I unplug it like this, I don't know if it sounds any better. That was the whole reason for me getting that microphone, so it could help fix it, but I just don't know what to do about it. I've tried everything with this stupid computer, so yeah, I'll work on it. I'm sorry. Thanks for that. Okay, bye-bye.